Crossroads. Speaking. Yes, I'll hold. Sharon, there's a worksheet there for that Cortina. Take it out to Mac and ask him to start on it.
Okay.
Oh, thanks. Hello, Mr. Thornton. Yeah, fine. You? Oh, that's good. Look, I've got a bit of a problem and I'll have to speak to you urgently. It's more of a personal nature. Yeah, something's cropped up and I'll have to ask you a favour. Well, I'd rather not discuss it on the phone if you don't mind. Any time this afternoon if you're free. Yeah, that'd be great. Right. Many thanks. I'll see you then. Goodbye.
The plans they got for that car are Benny's.
They're like kids.
Going to cost them a fortune by the time it's done.
Let me discover it.
Now.
I'll be out this afternoon.
You will.
Yeah, Thornton.
Hello. Yes, he's here. It's Rennie. Just a sec, I'll pass you up. Yes, taking messages is one of my many functions. Certainly, you can leave that safely with me.
What's her game, then?
I've told you what her game is. What she happens to want, as soon as you can spare the time, is for you to pop round there for a word in private.
Is she?
What's Thornton want? Thornton.
Oh, usual.
Hey, Benny.
Yeah?
Come here. Something I want to show you in the car.
Okay.
See this tire here?
Yeah?
It's practically bald. We'll have to get a new one.
How much is that going to cost?
Well, with a bit of luck, we can get it here with trade discount. We'll have to try and catch the boss in a good mood, though. Well, you can't drive it the way it is. It's dangerous. You'll end up getting nicked.
Mac, what about that proppy thing you were talking about?
Oh, the new prop shaft.
Yeah.
Got a bargain there, fetching it tomorrow.
Good.
15 quid, no questions asked.
£15?
Well, look, man, if you'd take me to one of the big garages, would have cost you the earth.
Yeah. Well, it's all right. I've still got a bit of money left.
Look, once you get behind the wheel, it'll be all right. Yeah, next time I see the boss, I'll ask him about that tire. Then we could chuck that in the scrapyard where it belongs.
And that's the settlement.
Yes, the proposed settlement. And they have agreed informally to the terms.
Yes, but how can they agree to 50% of the outstanding debt?
Well, after the assets are sold, including the motel to you...
I hope.
Yes, well, after that, that's all there is. There isn't any more. I've known companies to liquidate with their creditors getting only 3 pence in the pound.
And how about my husband's Australian creditors?
Now, they're playing it tough, but I'm working on them.
You see, if they wanted to make a better deal, they could insist that I buy back the shares for considerably more.
Yes, and then you would be that much less able to buy them. Look, don't look for problems, Mrs. Mortimer. Is that the time? Is that Deborah?
And Hugh's daughter?
Well, I'm looking forward to meeting her. Morning, Deborah. And you must be Wendy.
Yes, this is Mr. Charles.
Hello.
Hello. And Wendy, this is Mrs. Mortimer.
Hello.
I'm glad you could come.
Well, thank you for asking me. Mummy's been telling me how kind you've been to her. Well, to us.
Then she's been exaggerating.
Look, won't you please sit down?
Oh, thank you.
I would have liked to have met you before, but I've had a family problem and the rush of the Christmas staff party.
I've explained all of that to her. But we've been having a lovely time, haven't we, darling?
Yes.
Your mother's told me about your ambition to be a vet.
Oh, if I manage to get a place next time.
Your A-levels were very good.
Yeah, but not good enough.
Do you have a speciality?
Well, not yet, of course. But I'd like to work with horses.
Mm-hmm. When did you decide?
Well, I never really had to. You see, I just started to play with them and play at being a doctor. Not a vet. A regular doctor. And using them as the patients. So when the other kids went on to other games and hobbies, I didn't.
She's the original girl for birds with broken wings and stray dogs with mange.
Would you go into private practice? You mentioned horses.
Well, one of the things I thought of was practicing at, say, Newmarket. Well, Cambridge is one of the places that I'm applying to, and I thought that perhaps I could get some sort of assistant's job. Oh, I'm sorry.
Whatever for?
Well, for rabbiting on like that. Mummy says I'm obsessed. King's Oak is a lovely village. Well, it's been a terrific break. I can see why Mummy wants to work here.
You're going to be working in King's Head?
At the motel, in the salon, if Mrs. Crisp accepts.
Well, we must talk some more about your obsessions. I'm sure I'll be seeing you again, particularly if your mother takes the job here. It's been nice seeing you, Deborah. Will you excuse me?
Does Mr. Chance work here?
No, he was an associate of my husband's.
Mummy told me about his death, Mrs. Mortimer. I'm very sorry.
Yes, I think you would have liked him.
Oh, Mr. Lee, can I have a minute?
What is it?
Oh, I was working on Benny's car last night. I had a look at the tires. One of them is a bit dodgy.
Only one?
Could you have a look?
Well, I haven't got much time, then.
Hello, Mr. Lee. It's that one there.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. It's practically down to the rim, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to get rid of that.
Mr. Lee?
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, if I could buy one of yours.
A trade discount?
Well, you better have a couple while you're at it. Look at that one.
Oh, yeah.
About 5 miles left in that, I should say.
Is that all right with you, Benny?
Yeah, two, if Mr. Lee says so.
Well, you won't get the MOT without, okay?
Thanks, Mr. Lee.
Mac, do you think he'll let me pay out my wages?
You're getting a bit worried, then.
Yeah, well, it's costing a lot more than what I thought.
Look, if you want to change your mind.
Oh, no. You just get everything that she needs. I'll manage somehow.
Yes?
That's me.
Oh, there you are at last. Not a word, not even a phone call.
Well, I've been working,
There's a
Ren.
phone right in front of you on the desk. All you've got to do is to pick it up, or is that asking too much?
Now, look, Ren.
After last night, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it was. How could you do it? Just leave me there like that.
Well, the gay Gordons didn't happen to be an excuse me.
What?
I just couldn't bust in there and tell you I was taking Sharon home when there was hundreds of people. They would have taken 10 minutes to find you.
And how long did it take you to find Sharon, or did she find you?
Look, I drove her home because she had this headache.
Where have I heard that before?
She did, Ren.
And you just happened to be there, nice and handy, with the car keys in your hand.
Di told me about it.
Ah,
That's a damn silly noise.
set-up job between friends, I get it.
Oh, come on.
It's not my idea of party time, being left alone with that aggravating little Scotsman.
I came back.
Oh, yes.
I did, Ren.
And managed to avoid me for the rest of the evening, I suppose.
I asked around. They said you'd turned in.
I came back here about 1:30.
Well, there you are, you see.
You didn't come round? To the chalet?
It was late.
Hasn't stopped you before.
Yeah, well, I just thought...
Rather a long time, wasn't it? Just to run her there and come back?
Not particularly.
An hour and a half?
Well, we had things to talk about. I went in for a coffee. I wasn't thinking about the time.
Obviously.
Now, look, Ren. I came back. I was told that you'd turned in, and I thought you probably were asleep, and left it at that. Now, what more do you want?
Consideration. Is that asking too much? I hope it isn't, because that would make the traffic rather one way. You see, I've got round to considering you almost every hour of the day. And night. Last night. Lay there thinking. There wasn't any question of getting to sleep. I got myself into such a state I was sick, thinking all sorts of things.
Oh, look, Ren, I'm sorry.
Silly things about you and her. You see what you do to me. I came up with answers of a sort. What she was saying, Sharon, about me, well, it wasn't so wide of the mark, not really, except that I haven't put it into so many words. I do have a lot to offer, Vic. There's the business. You'd be your own boss. And the kids, you know how much they love you. And there's me. Well, you've made me think of late that you wanted all three. And it's all on offer. You've only got to say the word. Vic?
It's not that easy, Irene.
It is.
No. You see, I do owe Sharon something.
Well, do you see any resemblance to Hugh?
Well, she could be his daughter.
I don't dispute that for a moment, but there really isn't any resemblance.
Oh, yes, but Jill didn't look anything like her father. She looked like me, and Sandy does take after Charles.
Mrs. Mortimer, do you want the child to be Hugh's daughter?
I don't know. Do you want her not to be?
Well, his executor, not particularly. She has a nuisance claim on the estate, if not a legal one.
Which her mother's given every indication will not be used.
She hasn't had to yet. What I want as Hugh's friend is a different matter. She was a secret. I'd rather Hugh had died without secrets.
But he didn't. Whether the girl's Hugh's daughter or not, he certainly thought she was. But he's been paying the mother £400 a month.
Yes, rather belatedly. Remember that. I mean, that could be blackmail of another nature.
I can't help feeling every time you play devil's advocate, it's because of your relationship with her mother.
It was a very brief relationship.
Oh, quite. And it ended in mutual disappointment and bitterness.
I didn't like her being the DD on Hugh's check stubs. Well, so much for my motives. Why won't you concede that the whole thing might be a hoax? Mrs. Mortimer, let us look at Wendy rationally. I mean, physically, who knows? But what about her personality? Some sense of Hugh's extraordinary drive, say. Did you notice that?
I've only met the girl once. I want the truth. And I will get to know her. But it'll take time.
Where is he?
Told you on the phone, he's out. You don't think I'd lie to you now, do you?
Then tell me where he is.
Brum.
Big place.
Very. But to be precise, and I think that's what you're after, he is in Go-Call's Midland office, in the presence of B.J. Thornton, who, for your information, happens to be the managing director. Now, what he's gone there for, I haven't got the foggiest idea, so we'll all have to be very patient, won't we, and wait till he gets back.
How's the head?
The head what?
Your poor old aching head.
Oh, that. 5 minutes in the fresh air and hey, presto.
Vanished.
Just like that.
You're losing this one.
What can she mean?
For a while I thought you weren't, but you just didn't have the character to sit tight and do nothing.
You go nattering on like that and they'll come take you away.
You had to fight back. That absurd party round at your place. Just what did you expect to gain by that?
We're running out of carbon paper. Did you know that? No, of course you didn't.
It's a mistake with a man like Vic to push him too hard. Fatal. Hints, suggestions of ideas that he eventually takes as his own. That's what he likes. And time. You've got to give him that. Nothing so common as a push or a grab. You do that, and you'll find he's not there.
Mac, you know when we got that proper shafting and the 2 new tyres? Well, there won't be nothing else I'll have to buy, will there?
Look, if you want a jacting, like I said, all you've got to do is say. I don't want you worrying yourself sick. It ain't worth it.
No, you can't spoil the ship, can you, for ape of the tar, can we? It's all right, that's what Gaffer always used to say. No, we'll carry on and hope for the best.
It's an expensive hobby running a car, you know. It needs thinking about.
Here you are, Sterling Moss.
Oh.
Nice cup of tea for you, 4 sugars, nice and strong, and a donut. Don't say I never do anything for you.
Thanks, Mr.
Don't I get a donut?
Yeah, of course you do. 15p, please.
Got paid, come on.
Come on! He paid for it yesterday. It's your turn. Come
Oh,
on,
yeah, I
hand in
forgot. There you are.
Thank you.
Now, can I have the tea for the same price, too?
What tea?
The one you're taking into Boss. You ain't there.
Oh, I see. Well, go on then.
Oh, cheers. I'll give you an orange for your birthday. Ta.
Gave me too much.
Hey, what happened to you last night then?
Nothing.
But you didn't come home. And what's that supposed to mean?
Well, for one, I thought you'd like to be on your own.
Oh, yeah.
And two, you know that headache you were going on about all day? I caught for it myself, didn't I?
Came out in sympathy.
Yes, and now when it came to going home time, it was gone too, and I thought to myself, this is daft, I've got to be here at 9 o'clock in the morning. And I just didn't fancy coping with that Romeo on the minicabs again. Not by myself, I didn't. So I kept down in one of the chalets for the night. Fat lot of good it did me, I didn't sleep a wink. Her light was on all night.
Whose?
Darling Reenie.
Oh, yeah. Waiting in vain.
Did he, stay the night?
He did not.
Oh, come on.
It's the truth.
Well, don't say I didn't do my little bit if you can't hang on to your fellas. I'm only sending you up, love. It's a joke. A joke.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that, all right.
What's up?
She's, Rennie is very clever at sussing out the mood, you know.
No, I don't know.
Ah, it's one of her little talents in life. She knows what people want to be told, and if it's to her advantage, she tells them. It works the other way around as well, like with me. She knew just now and here what I didn't want to be told, so she obliged. Seems as if I'm on a losing streak.
I'm exhausted. Oh, so am I. But it was great. Christmas comes but once a year.
What a spree.
Are you sure we can afford all this? Yes, darling, I saved enough while I was in London to...
To live off while you look for something better, yes, we know. Does that mean you're going to take this job?
Probably.
Well, you don't sound very sure. They're so nice to you.
Well, I don't know, darling. I think it's London, really. It's a bit late to pull up roots.
Were you really here for a job? Well, Mr. Chance didn't know you'd been asked to work in the salon.
Oh, really? Well, Mr. Chance doesn't happen to work here. He is merely an associate of Mrs. Mortimer's.
Mr. Chance called you Deborah. Fact is, I thought he fancied you. And he didn't ask you why you were here. Now, isn't that funny? Because, you see, I always thought that came before asking if he could call you by your Christian name.
You are an evil little weevil. How did I manage to bring up such a suspicious little girl?
By being such a secretive mother.
Secretive? Really?
Well, honestly, Mummy, I've always had to ask you what you were thinking. You've never told me. Well? Why are we here? And I want the truth.